While I was digging around for some of the newest e-bikes out there, I stumbled across something that honestly caught me off guard. It's called the Dew HD, and it comes from Kona. What surprised me right away was the price, because this thing is way more affordable than most e-bikes offering similar features. So just how affordable are we talking? According to Kona, the Dew HD comes in at no more than $1,000. That's nearly half the price of many e-bikes in the same category, which immediately makes you stop and take a closer look. And that's exactly what I did. The first thing I always check out on an e-bike is the frame, and at first glance, the Dew HD actually looks pretty solid. No, it's not rocking cutting-edge geometry or the latest frame tech, but let's be real here. At this price point, you can't expect something ultra high-end. What you do get is a practical and well-thought-out design that makes sense for everyday riding. One thing I really like is the slanted top tube. You'll see this on some mountain bikes and more gravel bikes lately, and it makes hopping on and off the bike super easy. Plus, it's a lot more forgiving when you're stopping suddenly, which is always a bonus. Kona also added plenty of mounting points, which is great if you plan on actually using this bike for commuting or weekend adventures. You can throw on water bottle cages, bags, or even a rear rack, making it easy to carry gear, groceries, or whatever else you need to bring along. That said, there is one part of the frame that I'm not a huge fan of, and that's the down tube. It's chunky, and Kona definitely didn't prioritize sleek looks here. The reason for that thickness is the battery, which sits right inside the tube. You get a removable 418 watt-hour battery, and when it's paired with the 250-watt rear hub motor, you can expect up to around 45 miles on a full charge, depending on how and where you ride. Kona keeps costs down by using a hub motor instead of a mid-drive, and honestly, that makes sense for a bike like this. It's built mainly for road riding and light gravel, so you don't really need the extra torque and complexity of a mid-drive system. The motor system comes from SR Suntour and delivers up to 50 Newton-meters of torque, with assistance capped at 20 miles per hour. You get up to 250% pedal assist, which feels smooth and natural, rather than overly aggressive. For a $1,000 e-bike, this setup is more than respectable. The drivetrain is where you really see the budget-conscious decisions. Kona went with an 8-speed Shimano Altus setup, paired with a basic rear derailleur. It'll get the job done for casual riding, but if you live somewhere hilly or want a bit more performance, this is one area you might want to upgrade down the line. Braking duties are handled by Tektro hydraulic disc brakes with 180mm rotors, and that's actually a nice surprise. You get plenty of stopping power and good control, which is exactly what you want on an e-bike. Up front, the Dew HD uses a rigid aluminum fork instead of suspension, keeping things simple and efficient. The bike rolls on 650 by 47C tires, which gives it a very gravel bike vibe. While it's not built for hardcore off-road riding, it should handle dirt roads and light trails just fine, especially if you swap in more aggressive tires. Those wider tires also mean you've got some flexibility. There's room to experiment with slightly larger rubber, especially if you remove the fenders, which opens up even more clearance. The rest of the bike is finished off with Kona's in-house components, and while the exact weight isn't officially listed, similar models tip the scales at around 43 pounds. That's pretty typical for an e-bike in this class. If you're curious whether the Dew HD is right for you, the best move is to head to a local bike shop and take one for a ride. Just make sure you shop around, because while Kona listed at $1,000, I've seen some dealers pushing prices way higher, especially outside the US, and yeah, that kind of markup definitely hurts.